We've all seen the ads promising a cybersecurity boot camp can land you a job right after completion. We've also heard people say that you don't need a college degree to break into IT or cybersecurity. But how true is that? Well, I've taken a cybersecurity boot camp and currently I'm in college. So this is the perfect time to compare the two. In this video, I'll break down the pros, the cons, and my personal experience with both. Watch this video till the end to find out which path I prefer for establishing oneself in IT, my bootcamp experience. So I took the 6-month MSU Cybersecurity Bootcamp last year in 2024, and I would link it down in the description below, but it seems like the website is offline or something, which is very telling. Let's start with the cons. So the cons of this boot camp was obviously the price. The price was like almost $11,000 or $12,000 for the whole course. They had payment plans, so you could pay up front, you could pay over a year, or you could pay over 2 years. I chose to pay over 2 years, and I had to put down like $2,000 up front, which is, a huge financial commitment to pay for this class, over 2 years is what I did. So I'll be done in 2026 with payments. Now, I will say that having this monthly bill, I'm not going to tell you how much the monthly bill is, but having this monthly bill kind of gave me motivation beyond the boot camp in order to really get my stuff together, so that all the money and time and energy that I'll put into getting into cybersecurity, getting into IT, it's not for nothing. The second con, boot camps aren't necessarily recognized by employers. So this boot camp that I've taken in particular, nobody is like, oh, well, you've taken the MSU Cybersecurity Boot Camp, right? We need to hire you right now. That's just not the case. So that's a huge con as far as looking to take a boot camp in order to get a job at the end of it. There's also little to no career support. They advertise that you're going to get a lot of career support to help you transition into a job role. However, that's not really the case. Usually you get something like resume help or you'll get LinkedIn help. But beyond that, you don't really get introduced to employers that will want to hire you from this boot camp that you took. Con number 3, since this is specifically geared towards cybersecurity, there's little to no foundational IT information within this boot camp. When you're taking this boot camp, just understand that you'll understand basic things to get a gist of what cybersecurity is. But if you're a career changer like me and need that foundational IT knowledge to really understand what you're doing, you're not going to get that in a boot camp like this. That's something that definitely I missed, and I wish I would have got that before actually taking this boot camp. Con number 4, we had super long class sessions. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 hours, 3 times a week. I was working full time, and I would get up early and go to work at maybe like 6 something, and then get off at like 4 or 5 and rush to class. There were plenty of times where I kind of fell asleep, or I did fall asleep in class, but it wasn't really a big deal because I still got the information I needed to get out of it. So the pros of the bootcamp, there were plenty of hands-on projects like capture the flag activities within Linux, capture the flag activities using Metasploit. We built a cloud environment in Microsoft Azure to be able to test web vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting. We did projects Burp Suite and Splunk. So there was a great variety of projects that we did within the cybersecurity bootcamp. I am actually happy that we were actually able to go through all of those projects because that experience definitely sticks with you. Networking with classmates, I definitely found a core group of two of four guys, I think, that are all pretty serious about getting into IT, getting into cybersecurity. And we chat every now and again in a group chat on LinkedIn. So I'm glad to have met them. Now, this exam also prepared me good enough to go and take the Security Plus exam and pass. It also gave me a voucher for the Security Plus exam, so I didn't have to pay additionally for that. Overall, I think the bootcamp was worth it, but it was missing some key elements, mainly the job search part of the bootcamp. It wasn't flushed out, it wasn't as thorough as it needed to be able to help your students get into a role. It was kind of promised and kind of advertised at the beginning, and it didn't live up to its promise. My college experience. I'm currently attending the University of Maryland Global Campus online. So far, it's been really good. I'm actually in the second half of the first semester. UMGC does something interesting where they have like 3 sessions. You can take a set of classes at the beginning, in the middle, and end of the semester. I finished the first session. I'm moving into the third session. So we'll start with the cons of college so far. College takes a lot more time than just a 6-month cybersecurity bootcamp, right? Which was one of the things that I was actually looking to avoid by taking the cybersecurity bootcamp. Con number 2, it's not necessarily mandatory for you to get an IT job. There are lots of stories and YouTubers and professionals that tell us that we don't need college degrees to get into the IT field. However, as I look at the job requirements, I see otherwise. I definitely see a lot of jobs saying that they will prefer a candidate that would have a degree in computer science, cybersecurity, IT, something like that to hire. And if you have it and if they have it and you don't, then they're a better candidate, so you need it as well. Also, con 3 is you'll have to take prerequisite classes that aren't necessarily geared towards your major, but geared towards the quote unquote molding of students based on that university standards. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post weekly insights from my cybersecurity journey to help you succeed in yours. So now the good news, the pros of college. What's great about college now is there are a lot of scholarships that you can take advantage of that help you decrease the cost of it. So contrary to the boot camp where you had to pay out of pocket or take out a loan in order to pay for that, college has the option where you can, maybe through your employer or through scholarships, offset that cost and not have to pay as much or not pay anything at all. Which leads me to my next pro, you get a degree. So people or employers know that you went through a program that's designed to give you foundational IT knowledge to somewhat advanced IT knowledge, and you've been able to stick it out that whole time and finish. I think that is one of the things that's actually big about a college degree, regardless if you need it or not to get a job. But it does look good regardless of it being a necessity or not. College can also prepare you for taking the certification exam. The last class that I took, which was actually IT related, that class prepared me to take the CompTIA A+ exam, which I actually passed earlier this week. So you don't just have to take boot camps or online courses to get the education needed to pass certifications. You can get that in college as well. And one of the literally like the biggest thing about college outside of the education is the support system. The support system at UMGC is amazing. I talk to my success coach regularly. They have, your instructors, are there for you to communicate with. Career Services is there for you as well. They have webinars that you can attend for virtual job fairs and preparing your resume and preparing your LinkedIn. So they have those support resources to help you market yourself. They have an alumni network, so you can reach out to people that are possibly in companies that you want to get a job at, or just pick people's brains to see what is the best path for you. So really the verdict for me is college is the better option. Unlike the boot camp, it really helped me start at the ground level of IT since I'm a career changer, and then build from there. So I think at this point you can tell that college is my clear favorite. But from what I've said today, what paths are you considering and why? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video.